Hey there, I'm Josefine Parker and I'm chaplain at the Casey Potter Center. I'm also a graduate student at Vanderbilt Divinity School. Happy LGBTQI History Month. I want to point you to a great resource. It's called the Digital Transgender Archives. It's available at digitaltransgenderarchives.net. It has a lot of scans of community archives of the trans community, various communities throughout the states and also internationally, with a lot of history from the mid to late 20th century up through the present and early 21st century. One of my favorite magazines is Tapestry, and that's available as well. And if you're wanting to connect with trans people, especially trans women who have come before you, or if you even want to read some of the earlier thoughts of people like Kate Bornstein or Ricky Wilkins, or a lot of people you're coming across in your course material or in a lot of the popular books now, some of their stuff is available in Tapestry. That's digitaltransgenderarchives.net. So I was fielded a question today to answer, and this question is, what advice might you give someone who is struggling to simultaneously honor their sexual identity and gender identity and religious identity, but having a hard time? I really want to encourage people to turn to your ancestry, to really understand where you come from, to draw upon strength, and to know where you're heading. As a Slavic person, there isn't necessarily specific terms for what it is I am as a trans woman. Different cultures around the globe have terms that recognize in specificity to one's faith, land, community, ancestry, and cosmology what it means to be what we call in Western society trans, or even gay or lesbian. A great example is the Hijra in India and Pakistan, also the Kinnar. The Hijra have been honoring gender and transitioning and integrity to faith for millennia. And there's so many different ancestral genders and faiths that are woven together, and that there isn't this dichotomy, necessarily the same kind of struggle for people who are trying to reconcile their faith with their gender. But we're experiencing something different here in Western society. And as someone who's Slavic and doesn't have a term that I can draw upon and easily say, that's what I am, I really understand that yearning and that drive and that fire to try to find in history or in religions that have come before you, or even in spiritualities, connection to who you are, because the religions that you come from or even the faiths that you find yourself in now might not necessarily reflect and honor who you are. There's some great books out there. One's by Raven Caldera. It's called Hermaphrodites, and that includes a lot of different exercises, and also has a lot of different traditions and religions globally. Some examples of just different ways to honor one's gender and sexuality and integrity to faith. There's some beautiful books out there as well. There's Transcendence, which is a photo series. It features photography by Mariette Pathy Allen and has photographs in northern Thailand and Burma of non-binary spirit mediums, where there is a union happening between people's ancestral faiths and their genders. So that's what I got. Turn to your ancestors, have conversations with your friends of similar ancestry or even of different ethnicities who are wanting to have these conversations, and turn to that and see what the ancestors have to say. If you're of Black and trans experience, or you're wanting to read a really good source book out there right now, there's a book called the Black Trans Prayer Book. It's edited and published by Lady Dane Figueroa Didi and J. Mace III, and it's a really powerful model right now for folks who are trans and grappling with race and ancestry. Stop on by. I'm available on Mondays at the Casey Potter Center. I hold hours from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m., and you can chat with me at any time if you have questions or just want to, talk about faith, about gender, about sexuality. You can also email me at j.parker at vanderbilt.edu if you want to set up another time privately to chat. And there's other information on the KC Potter website about other graduate student workers and another chaplain at the KC Potter Center if you're needing a little support or you just want someone to celebrate with. All right. Happy LGBTQI History Month, and take care.